guys.
We're back with another game stuff.
Official episode 3 coming at ya!
Oh yeah, we hope you missed us. We missed you.
Of course.
It's been a while.
We miss you every week, Game Pals.
It always
That's
feels
the new name.
like it's been a
That's
while.
the thing we were tossing around Stuff Heads.
Yeah.
We
I
think
think
that
we
you guys
decided.
are going to be Game Pals. Mm-hmm. I mean, unless you want to be Stuff Heads.
Hey, if you want to be Stuff Heads, that's kind of on you. I think we just call them Game Pals, no questions asked.
Yeah, now if you're wondering what a Game Pal is or what a Stuff Head is...
It's something dirty,
yeah,
both of them.
yeah. This is a podcast about video games by people who make video games, right?
Yeah, and a game stuff, person, pal, whatever they are, that's you. That's the listener.
It's someone who
The
likes
foundation
games, but
of the
also
show.
likes stuff.
Yeah.
We're
If you're here and you only like stuff, get out.
Well, I mean,
if you're here and you only like games, get out. We do both.
You got to.
You can't separate them.
Okay, so we're not taking halfsies.
No halfsies.
It's
there are two of us here.
It's both or none.
Both or none.
Is that how you say that?
Yeah, it's all or nothing. I think is what we were going for there.
It's not both or none. Yeah, so Sean, we play video games. We talk about video games.
Yeah, I don't think we need to even say that because they know.
What have you been playing, dog?
Me? Oh, okay. Well, actually, I played an old game.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah, it's
Why
like
would you do that?
a couple years old.
Oh God, I bet the
Years.
graphics sucked.
Oh, you're actually wrong.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
The graphics were great.
The graphics are amazing. This game that I'm talking about is a horror game. Horror. And
this game.
Let me try and describe it to you. See if you can guess
Okay,
before I
yeah,
finish.
yeah. Hold on.
Not you, because you know, but the audience.
Oh yeah, the Game Pal Stuff Heads.
Horror game. Great graphics. Came out a couple years ago.
Okay.
A lot of darkness. There's snow. There's a ski lift.
It's cold.
There's an axe. It's cold. It is definitely
there's an
brisk.
axe.
Someone gets pulled. Oh, I can't.
Yeah, no,
it's
you
kind
can't
of a
say that.
spoiler.
Can't say that.
Someone gets pulled. Okay.
Who are the stars? What age group are the stars?
I would say adolescent. Teenagers.
Adolescents. Okay,
Yeah.
teenagers.
All right, is that the same age group? Adolescents and teenagers?
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like adolescent might be
what
younger.
age you become adolescent and
Then
what
there's-
age you become teenager.
These are post-pubescent adolescents.
Okay, yeah, there we go. Okay, post-pubescent adolescent.
Yeah.
Someone
And of
should-
course,
someone should make a rap about that.
I know, but not us, because that'll be horrible.
Okay,
As
did
you may
guess?
know by now.
Hold up. Did they guess?
I would assume
Hold up.
someone
Here
guessed.
we go. Write it into gamestuffpodcast@gmail.com and tell us what the game was.
Yeah. And we'll see the timestamp. If you write in
Yeah,
before 5:24 p.m. on May 21st, we know you win. Okay? And there's a huge prize waiting for you.
So I was going to take a guess
Okay, go for
as
it.
to what the game was.
Yeah.
It's cold
Yeah.
out.
Cold out.
And it's horror.
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 Like Aurora Borealis.
I was going to guess Super Mario Brothers 2.
Oh, that's so close. That is so close.
Okay.
You got post-pubescent.
Oh, yeah.
Mario
okay.
going
yeah,
on there. That's
Post-pubescent
for sure.
adolescent. That's definitely Mario.
Yeah, that describes him. But no, it's actually Until Dawn.
Oh, Until Dawn.
Yes.
Dude, that game is awesome.
An acclaimed adventure horror. I would call it like an adventure horror game. It's kind of like a Telltale game.
I think it was a misrepresented and not advertised game. Like it was like game that that's a game that deserved 3,000 million times the attention that it got.
Well, it came out at a weird time when there were lots of other horror games that were in the works. Lots of zombie games were coming out. And this wasn't the first wave of zombie games.
You know the
This
other thing
like
that was
the
weird
trickle
about when
of
it came
zombie
out?
games.
It came out in August.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
another thing.
It was a summer
You know when
blockbuster.
when you're wanting horror, it's August. When it's hot and sunny
it's
outside.
sunny,
you know?
bright. You know, all your friends are off school. You're hanging out every day. Nothing to be scared of. Anyway, this game is amazing. If you haven't played it, highly, highly recommend. I think this is one of those games.
It's a Sony-funded PS4 exclusive.
Yes, I think from this generation, this is one of those games you have to play to have a complete picture of this generation.
I totally agree. I think it's the kind of game that, I don't know, I think defines an entire genre almost.
Yeah.
I think as far as like I don't even know what you could call it. I almost like Quantic Dream is kind of like almost the only company I feel like that does games like
and Telltale's close. Like adventure is part of it for sure.
Yeah, adventure is a part of it, but then the storytelling is on a whole nother level.
Yeah, it's
the
just
presentation and the presentation value, the voice acting, the graphic fidelity is just absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Like the game is beautiful.
It's a narrative experience.
Yeah, it's a narrative experience, and just in case for some reason maybe you don't know what the game is, It's a game where, you know, you have a bunch of characters. They're put into, I don't know, I would say a life-threatening situation.
Many times it is life-threatening.
Maybe.
They can die.
Yeah. But the story goes on. No matter what happens, the story continues.
Yep.
No matter who dies.
And what's really cool about this game is they have the butterfly effect thing going on. They have this whole system where any action that you take changes how other characters feel about you. Yeah. And of course changes the course of that scene. But the really cool thing is that characters will kind of, they'll either like you less or be less romantic towards you or all these other things that could lead to their death.
Yeah, exactly.
So when I played, there was this one guy who, I mean, everyone's fallen in love in this game, so this won't spoil anything.
Well, I mean, they're pubescent adolescents.
Post-pubescent, so they're going crazy.
Things are going on with their bodies, you know?
Getting
and they're gonna express those things so while they're about to die.
This one guy wanted to express that with this girl. Okay. And I think I must have pissed him off or something. I don't remember what I did, but in the next scene, he died on a spike. He got impaled by a spike, and you didn't see that.
Is this because he made some advances on you, and you just were like, I am not having this?
I think he was just slower for some reason. Like
not after what you did to Jenny at prom last year.
Exactly, it was weighing heavy on his mind, and so he tripped and fell maybe, and then it was one of the coolest deaths, and you didn't even see it. Yeah, I think, right?
I think, well, for me, all of my characters survived.
Yeah,
when I played the game. No, I did. I had a perfect run. I got the trophy at the end. For some reason, all my characters survived.
Yeah, I think I killed 2 people.
Yeah.
I wish we could talk about it more because the way that people die and the ways you can avoid it are so interesting in this game.
We could do a spoiler cast on it or something. I mean, it's like a little late. I don't think it's worth it. Does anyone care?
Yeah, I don't think it's worth it, but go play this game if you haven't.
The cool thing about the game is, like, you can play this game with people who don't play games. And, like, they don't have to play, but they can be a part of it. Like, because how did you guys play? You guys played it all together, right?
We played in a theater. With like 10 people.
Yeah.
And we just kind of passed the controller around. And there's this one girl who hates horror games and hates horror movies, and she was kind of forced to watch it. Yeah. And she loved it. She was terrified the whole time, but she loved it.
Yeah.
No matter, I mean, so I used to hate horror movies. I used to hate the whole horror genre.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Are you like
the first horror movie?
Like when you would come over to my house when we like watched Paranormal Activity for the first time?
Well, that was after the fact. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But that was right at the turning point.
We were scared shitless.
That was right at the turning point where I was okay with the idea of watching horror movies.
Yeah.
But back in the day, I remember I went to my first horror movie in theaters. It was Boogeyman.
Oh,
with the guy from Seventh Heaven.
Yeah, Boogeyman. I had that on PSP UMD.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I had Kill Bill and I just watched it a billion times.
Yeah, dude. I remember watching that movie like on the toilet. Just like
you can watch it anywhere. Yeah, just get 10 minutes in here
exactly.
And there,
you know, literally scaring the shit out of you. You know.
Yeah. It was a pretty scary movie, for me at least.
Yeah, I mean, at the time.
I knew nothing about
We ourselves were post-pubescent adolescents at this time.
You could say that, yeah.
A lot of things are going on, you know, bodies going crazy.
Flying everywhere.
You're just getting scared by everything, Boogeymans and stuff.
So
jumping out of the closet.
Until Dawn has been that's what I've spent the most time with this week. We're about halfway through. It's probably a 10-hour game. Yeah. So we're going to try and finish it up this week, but we'll see. It requires everyone getting together at work.
Yeah, it's a really special game. You can play it, like I played it with my girlfriend, Maggie, where we kind of played through it together, and everyone can kind of weigh in on the conversation choices, and it's like, you know, you say the wrong thing and you piss someone off.
Oh, that's the best part.
Fuck.
Yeah, we were voting on conversation choices. Yeah. So we actually would have a vote. It would go to vote, and then whoever was playing they were supposed to go with the vote, but half the time they'd be like, no, fuck you guys, I want him to do this.
Yeah, it's really fun that way. It's a super special game. Until Dawn, it's on PS4. Came out a couple years ago. You can pick it up for really cheap these days, I think.
Yeah, for sure. It was cheap when it came out. It was a $40 game.
No, it was $60.
I think it was. Well, maybe I got it on sale right after it came out.
I bought it on launch, and it was just
because I bought it soon after, and it was pretty cheap.
I think it went on sale pretty.
Okay.
Which is a bummer.
Either way, what have you been playing?
Well, so I've been playing a couple things. I was continuing my Prey run through, and then it got to a point where I think I died and I hadn't saved in a while, and I was like...
First of all, that is not a game where you should have to save.
Yeah.
That should be checkpoints all over the place.
It's actually pretty frustrating the way that game works. Like, it doesn't save very often. And so, like, you'll spend an hour just exploring, like, 4 rooms and, like, reading every fucking email and picking up everything. And
I don't know that any game is better because of save points.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
Developers switch back and forth. Like Persona, you save, but that's kind of a trope of the RPG genre.
Yeah.
I don't think it makes anything better. Like having a checkpoint you can just fall back on is always better.
I can see why it is the way it is, because it's a game where you could easily put yourself in a bad spot. Like you could easily be in a room with like 10 enemies and have no supplies, and then like it autosaved for you, and then you're totally fucked. But it should at least do a couple autosaves.
Yeah, keep
maybe.
a couple.
There's a better way to handle it, and this game didn't handle it, and so I played for like 26 hours.
It chose not to handle it.
And it chose not to, and I played for 26 hours, and I died, and I lost about an hour of progress, and I was booting the game back up, and I was like, I've had enough of Prey.
Yeah.
And I just deleted it. I just deleted it straight off my PS4. I was like, I think I've seen everything I need to see about this game. It's really cool and it's interesting and you should totally play it and check it out. But I think after 20 some hours, I kind of had seen everything there was to see with the game, and it's not a really polished experience is what it comes down to. And I think at this point in this year, with all of the amazing things there are to play and catch up on, I was like, okay, I've seen it. I'm done. Yeah. I've had a good time, and I'm done with it. So I deleted it just so I don't have the temptation to like keep thinking like, oh, I should finish that.
Because you got your money's worth out of it.
I've been on this new trend lately where I used to always finish every game. Mm-hmm. And I'm starting to force myself not to and just move on.
Yeah, I'm deep into that territory.
I will wipe my game backlog history out of my mind, and then I'll just be like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I don't need to play these games. I'm going to move on to new things
it's
that I
the
can
only
get
way
fully
to go.
excited about. Like we were talking about earlier. And so
if you want to experience everything, I mean, working in games, it's kind of important that you have an idea of what's out there.
Exactly.
If you want to experience even 50% of the good games that are out there, you have to do that. You have to move on. There's a limited time.
I mean, there's something really important about staying relevant. I think as a developer in the industry, like you want to see what everyone's doing and see all their cool ideas and just like kind of see where people are taking things. And it's really important to keep up with the trends and maybe they'll have like a really cool idea that inspires something for what you're working on.
Yeah.
And so it's hard because every game that's come out this year is like 100 fucking hours long, so you can't do
all
every
at the same
single
time
one of them.
too.
And so I deleted it and I started switching back into working on Nier Automata, and I'm having the same problem with Nier where I feel like I'm just not passionate about it right now, and I'm having a hard time getting into it. Like we were really busy working on podcast stuff this week, and so I didn't get a lot of time to play games after work, and so I wasn't getting like full play sessions. I would play for like 10 or 15 minutes, and Nier's the kind of game I think that just doesn't work.
Yeah, you gotta sit down
in that amount of time.
Get your tea.
So I don't know what I'm going to do about that, but the one thing I am super amped about, I went to the the local game store around here. I'm not going to say the name, not going to bust some balls here, but they break street date.
Lame.
Somewhere here in LA.
Yeah,
and
thank
you. And so I picked up Disgaea 5 on Switch a couple days ago, and oh my gosh, I love that game. I really love it. The first Disgaea game I played was Disgaea 2.
Yeah.
And Disgaea 2, I played I think on PSP. It was good. I might run into the. I have this trend with Disgaea games. I played Disgaea 2 on PSP. I played Disgaea 3 a bit on Vita. And the trend for them is I absolutely love them because I love Final Fantasy Tactics. I love those styles of games, the tactics genre, RPGs. Mm-hmm. And actually, one of my favorite games I'd like to do a little shout out. I don't know if you remember this one, Jeanne d'Arc on PSP.
Jeanne d'Arc was amazing.
Oh my god, I
loved that game. It just felt so good.
It was so great.
Yeah.
And the fact that we've never gotten a sequel to that is like just criminal to me.
Yeah, I wonder what happened there.
I don't know.
It only came out on PSP.
Maybe it wasn't successful. Yeah. And that was level 5 too. They're one of my favorite developers.
Oh yeah, level 5. Well, they like doing new things.
Yeah, that's true. They don't really do a lot of sequels.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I'm playing Disgaea, and the trend for me is usually I absolutely love them at first, and I'm playing, and I'm having a great time, and I'm grinding, and I'm having fun, and then there's almost always this like difficulty wall I hit, where like the maps are so hard, and they give you so many options in these games. Like, I mean, that's kind of the point of these games. The point of these games is like they're almost making fun of anime tropes and like strategy tropes in general. Like you can get to level 9,999 in these games, and you can actually go into your items in the game. You can they make a world. Basically, they make randomly generated dungeons out of your items, and every item has like 9,999 levels. So you could take your first like weapon, like a rubber fist that's like a shitty weapon, and you could go into it and level it up to 9,999 if you want to.
Are they procedural?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they get harder and harder as you go on.
Yeah.
And like so you kind of get lost in this grinding trend almost, and like the game just gets so hard. But I don't know. Right now, I'm still in the I love it period where I'm just like, oh, this is so awesome. My favorite part about those games is like I'll go in and I make characters for all of us, like all of my friends. Like I'll be like, oh, okay, Liz, like she's my healer because she works at a hospital, and then like you haven't been created yet.
What? I should be the first one. What is this shit?
Yeah, you haven't been created yet because at the beginning.
Oh, there isn't a character badass enough.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. Actually,
yeah.
there's only like 10 or 11 classes at the beginning of the game, and then like I think you can unlock up to like 40 or 50. And I'm waiting until a cooler one kind of comes around for you, because I want it to be something pretty badass. And then for me, I'm just like a regular fighter guy. And then I haven't made any of our other friends or anything yet. But like I love building up a team of just like your best friends, and then putting them out there, and then just like like, oh no, Sean just got his ass kicked. You know?
That's
like,
the problem. You always get my ass kicked.
Yeah. And Maggie's like a fighter chick because, she's always trying to beat us up and shoot us and stuff for some reason.
I don't get it.
So
it doesn't really work.
I'm having a great time with it. I think it's beautiful on the Switch. Like the resolution looks great on the screen.
Yeah, I was looking at even just the start screen on your Switch. Yeah. And it's awesome. Yeah. It's so colorful.
It's really great because I think the game itself, like the sprites might only be 720p, and then on PS4 they looked stretched out.
Yeah.
But on the Switch screen, which is 720p, they look fine.
Yeah.
So I'm really, really digging it. I'm having a great time. I didn't play it on PS4, and I'm kind of glad I waited to check it out on Switch, because that's the kind of game I totally want on the go. Like when I'm grinding and doing a bunch of like 9,999 item level bullshit, like I like being able to watch like a Netflix show or something while that's going on. So yeah, that's pretty much been it for me this week. I've been kicking around the idea of picking up Injustice 2. Like I'm so on the fence. That game looks so cool.
You're gonna
but
get
I haven't
it.
played. Yeah, I'm gonna get it, but maybe just not quite yet. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So
you don't want to have to hop off of Disgaea 5 right now.
Yeah.
You don't want to be hopping back and forth too bad.
Exactly.
Anyway, that's awesome. We're playing some cool games, some old, some new.
Yeah, what are you guys playing this week? Write in Game Stuff Podcast gmail.com and just tell us what are you playing, and tell us maybe what games we should be playing.
Yeah, if there's anything Brad's not playing.
I kind of almost always play a little bit of everything, but
is Disgaea 5 completely new?
No, it's exactly the PS4 port.
Okay.
And then it has, like, they released a bunch of DLC after the fact, so it has, like, a bunch of, like, different character classes, and then it has, like, characters from each of, like, the previous Disgaea games. Yeah. And then it has, like, scenarios, I think, for those characters.
That's kind of cool.
And then it also has, like, some ease of life or quality of life things where, like, it'll... You can choose to opt into all these things. There's a character at the hub world that's like, we have the DLC items. Yeah. And then you can go in there and you can redeem them. And one of them is like $1 million.
Of course.
Which starts like, kind of like, I feel like it might ruin the progression at the beginning of the game. So I've stayed away from that because I don't want to ruin it. Like I like the progression of the game. Yeah. But I mean, I think in the end it doesn't matter once you start getting into like, the meat of the game, like 1 million, I think they're called hell. I think hells. I think that's their dollars.
Currency?
Yeah. Yeah. So 1 million hells is like apparently just a joke.
Makes sense. All right.
Yeah. What's up next, Sean?
So let's get into some announcements.
Announcements. Yeah.
First up, Lego Marvel Superheroes 2 announced.
Oh, dude, this is cool.
Is it? I never played the first one.
Well, I know a lot of people really liked the first one because it had the really cool open world.
Yes, but now a lot of them have open worlds.
Yeah,
a lot of the Lego games.
A lot of them have open worlds. I didn't play this. I didn't play it either. But I mean, it's one of those games that I kind of, you always look at and you're like, the Lego games are really fun to play co-op.
They are. They're awesome, and the way they do split screen always used to be really cool. Where it kind of like reforms really dynamically. Unique.
So this game, I guess...
So they announced that it'll be released on November 17th for PS4, Xbox One, and PC, with Switch to follow in time for Christmas.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, so they're saying, like, we're going to get a Switch port, but it's, not going to be there, but it'll be there before Christmas, which is good. That's all you really need.
Yeah, so...
That's totally a good Christmas gift kind of present.
What's the Lego game that came out for Switch?
Lego City Undercover, yes.
Yeah, and there were some complaints about frame rate, but that was the same game, right?
It's the same game from Wii U. That was a Wii U port.
Okay.
It was a Wii U port, and then they ported it to PS4.
So they ported
Xbox
it to PS4 and everything. Oh, okay.
And the Switch version has frame rate problems.
Because I just remember back when they were releasing them on Vita and PSP and 3DS and all of that, they would actually create a different game. Yeah. So it would be open world on the big consoles, and then it would be this like smaller experience.
Yeah, the DS version, which is like basically just the levels of the game or something.
The last one I played was I think Lego Star Wars 2. So probably not going to play that. But next up, we've got the 5th and final episode of the Walking Dead games.
Season 3.
Wait, what? I thought it was
No, this is season 3.
Season 3 of Walking
Now
Dead.
this is cool because I played the first episode of season 3, and that's it so far. I've kind of just been
same
waiting.
here. I think I did too.
I've been waiting because with Telltale, you never know when their episodes are going to come out.
Yeah, that's
and,
a little weird.
They've been really inconsistent. They did this weird thing where like episodes 1 and 2 came out the same day, and then we waited like 2 or 3 months for episode 3.
Yeah,
and
luckily
then
I just played them all
came
at
out
the
like
same
the
time.
next week, and now we've been waiting like another month again. So I guess it's coming out on May 30th. PS4, Xbox One, PC, iOS, Android, basically everything.
Everything you can imagine. Yep. Which is really weird. They're putting it out on iOS.
It'll come to Switch eventually.
Hopefully.
I think
that
it
would
will.
be a cool thing to play on Switch.
Yeah, you're right. I think that would be kind of cool.
Although it's kind of a shared experience.
Yeah,
It's
like
kinda
I typically play the Walking Dead or well, actually, Maggie and I each have our own Walking Dead threads.
Right,
We
yeah.
play the other Telltale games together, but she has her own Walking Dead thread because she plays everything so aggressively where she'll just kill
really?
everyone.
Just shoot 'em in the head.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
yeah.
Liz always wants to play The Walking Dead, but then she really just wants me to play it so
right,
she
and
can
then,
watch.
Yeah, and just wants to watch.
Yeah. All right. We've also got
Next
a new
up.
shooter from Housemarque, which is the guys who made Super Stardust, Resogun.
Oh yeah, dude. Some of like our favorite games.
What was their zombie game?
It was Dead Nation.
Dead Nation.
They
yeah,
did Dead
yeah.
Nation. They did Alien Nation.
Which was free after the big Sony breach.
Oh,
Dead Nation,
yeah,
remember
yeah,
that?
Yeah, Dead Nation was really fun, actually.
was
And
awesome.
I played Alien Nation, and it was kind of like a sequel to Dead Nation in a way, but it didn't feel as good for some reason. I
Yeah.
don't know. I just didn't enjoy it. I tried to get into it. I bought it and played it for a little while, and I just couldn't get super into it.
Dead Nation was polished
Now,
as hell.
this one I'm excited about.
Next Machina.
Yeah, so the cool thing about this one, well, they confirmed the date, June 20th for PS4 and PC, which is interesting because I don't know if have they ever released a game also on PC at the same time? I thought
don't
most of their
think
things have been
so.
Sony exclusives.
Yeah.
But I guess they still haven't
Well,
been...
Sony doesn't own them, right?
No,
Sony
they haven't bought them up. But
I think they were
they've had a
going
really
to,
good,
but then that fell through.
they've had a really good
something.
partnership for a
Yeah.
while. And maybe Housemarque doesn't want to be bought, you know?
Yeah.
So the cool thing about this is apparently it draws inspiration from classic top-down shooters like Robotron and Smash TV.
which is pretty cool.
Robotron. Robotron 2084 is seriously one of my favorite games of all time. I absolutely love the sounds and the visual look of that game. It's fucking insane. So if
I've
this
never
game
seen it.
has any of that kind of vibe to it, it's really good. You've
Well, it
seen
looks pretty
Robotron.
crazy.
You just probably can't picture
Yeah.
it
From
off the
these
top of your head.
screenshots, there's a lot going on.
Yeah, so I'm excited about that. That's really cool. I didn't even know there was a Housemarque game like coming out anytime soon.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool that we're going to be getting one in like
It's
a
kind of
month.
nice when you don't know something's coming and then they just release the date.
Yeah, totally.
All right. So, this is crazy.
Yeah, this
New
one's good.
Life is Strange game officially announced.
Yeah, and what was weird about this is it kind of came out of nowhere. They just released a video kind of like thanking their fans because Life is Strange hit apparently 3 million
Wow.
paid episodes. And I think that just like as long as
Each
you've paid,
episode is-
I think if you've paid for one episode, you're counted as like a paid user. So basically
Yeah.
they have 3 million paid like users. Maybe they didn't
Okay.
buy all the episodes, but they might have bought
And
at
each
least
episode
one.
may be $5, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
So that's big for a little studio like them.
Yeah, I'm not sure they're honestly that small. I think they're a pretty
they
decent
can't be
sized
huge.
studio because they made Remember Me before this,
Yeah.
which was a pretty like that was a AAA game, and they're working on something else. Why can't I remember what it is right now off the top of my head? They're working on another game that looks really cool.
So they've got 2 teams.
Yeah, they have a Life is
Okay.
Strange team and then another team working on a different game that's like more of like a AAA game. This is kind of like more their
Yeah.
indie style project.
I still haven't played this, but I've heard so much about it.
Oh,
and
dude,
I've heard
you still
people
haven't
love
played
it.
this?
No.
I've been telling Sean.
Because Liz wants.
Okay.
This is one Liz actually wants
Game
to play.
Pals, write in and tell Sean to play this fucking game. If you've played it and you like it, which you probably have because you're one of the 3 million awesome people that bought this game, tell him he needs to play it because
Trying to think if I had
if-
it spoiled.
it's totally a game that you can play with Liz and have a great time. It's like,
Yeah.
and Liz will love it because it's like high school drama shit.
Oh, she's
and you know she's
so into
that.
it.
Yeah.
She downloaded the demo and played through it and loved it
Oh,
because you
okay.
can play the first episode I think for free.
Yeah, they might have released that one for free.
And then she's had it in my cart on PlayStation Network for like 2 years at this point.
But you guys haven't picked it up, dude. It's always on sale. You should pick it up.
Yeah.
It's really cool. I'm excited about that.
I
They
would
didn't
like to
really
play
release
that.
any more details. They're just like, yeah, we're working on it.
I like that style of game because it's a cool story you can consume and you can get through it.
Mm-hmm.
You can come home and sit down for 2 hours and usually get through a whole episode, so that's pretty digestible for me.
Yeah.
All right, so this probably my favorite game title in the world. Ubisoft has confirmed South Park: The Fractured Butthole will be available from October 17th across North America, Europe, the Middle East, and Asia. Now, why does it say from October 17th? That means it's not launching everywhere at once.
Yeah, and here's my problem. I don't believe a fucking thing these guys say. Yeah. This game was supposed to come out December last year.
Yeah, I remember E3.
And they're literally like 2 weeks before December, they're like, oh yeah, South Park, not gonna be done. And the first game had the same fucking problem. The first game was years. They're like, nope, it's gonna come out this year. Nope, it's gonna come out this year. Nope.
That's just kind of how they work.
And that was because they were switching hands. Like that game I'm surprised that game survived because it switched developers. Like that was originally a THQ game.
Yeah.
And they went down. And
well, Obsidian was making it though the whole time, weren't they?
Yes, but I mean, I think because THQ
but they didn't know if they had a publisher.
And then I think when Ubisoft picked it up, they had other people maybe helping in.
Probably. They have 1,000 people on every game.
So now I want this to come out October 17th. I hope it does because the first South Park was really, really awesome.
Yeah.
The Stick of Truth was a fantastic game, and this game looks like it's kind of building on all that game did right, and like taking it to a whole nother level because they've really redesigned the combat system and all that. So I don't know. I'm amped, but I'm super cautious because I don't have 100% confidence that Matt and Trey are just gonna be like, yeah, the game's not done yet, so next year.
Yeah. Well, they can do that because they don't need to make money off of this.
Yeah, and that's fine. I mean,
they need it to be a good part of their IP.
I'm gonna buy it whenever it comes out. I just don't want to get too excited about the date because I don't want to be hurt again, guys.
Oh, not again!
Don't hurt me like this.
Oh, it's gonna happen. You're gonna get hurt one way or another. You wear your heart on your sleeve.
All right. So one more. This isn't really a new game announcement, but
it's a big info drop.
They announced the date. This is kind of a big deal. I mean, I don't know if you've heard of this game.
Is it?
It's called Destiny. Destiny.
2. Yeah.
Yeah, so...
No one's ever heard of this because they didn't totally announce that they were releasing 5 games in this series through the lawsuit
30 years ago.
with Infinity Ward and Activision and everything.
Yeah, so what is this, Sean? Give me the details.
Well, here are the details. We got another trailer that has a bunch of CG and stuff, and then we also got some gameplay. We got the sizzle reel, basically, of gamelay, which looks great.
When's it coming out?
Oh, I don't care about that. It'll be out on September 8th. For PS4, Xbox One, and PC, which is way different.
Switch.
Switch. Well, I mean, you never expected it to come out on Switch, honestly. But this came out exclusively on PlayStation and PC first last time, right?
No.
I'm pretty sure it did.
No, the DLC was exclusive though.
Was it? Was it one of those bullshit
it was 30 days of
the golden
content
gun
for PS4 or something like that.
Okay, I thought it was a time exclusive.
It's kind of the marketing was tied in heavily with PlayStation, so that's kind of why it feels like a PlayStation game. Which this
weird. Time around apparently that's not the same because they're just coming out the gate with everything.
No, I think Sony is getting exclusive content. It's not listed here, but there is another partnership, I think, with Sony going on for this game.
So there's some interesting stuff that came with this announcement as well.
Tell me what's going on.
I don't know what's going on, but for sure.
Tell us what other people told us is going on.
The thing that stood out to me is that the console versions are locked at 30 FPS. So PC is actually going to have advantages as always.
Yeah, but PC's gonna be is PC launching at the same time as I guess it says it is.
Yeah,
I thought I heard that the PC version was launching later. But I guess maybe it's not. Yeah.
This is smart though. They interviewed the director of the game and he talks about this game as a new beginning, as something that's for players old and new.
Now, this to me is, I mean, if it's fair, I think they have to do this because Destiny 1 was such a shit show when it launched so bare boned.
But then it gained so much steam.
It did gain a lot of steam, but they're the new beginning is just we didn't really, because what's weird about this game is they originally launched it as the idea of a persistent world. It was 10 years of you're going to be in the same game, persistent world. That was their original concept. And then they released the game, didn't really do gangbusters at first. That we got very mediocre reviews. Yeah. I played it up to level 20 in the bare bones game, and it was boring. It was really boring.
Didn't they hot swap in a new story?
Basically, well, they replaced Peter Dinklage's voice acting with Nolan North.
Which is so weird because his voice acting was not the problem.
No, it was.
That character was the problem.
No, the voice acting was definitely the problem. The direction for the voice acting was absolutely terrible.
Yeah, but I mean,
it sounds
he
like
could go in
no
any
one
direction.
gave Peter Dinklage any direction.
Yeah.
He was just reading lines like this.
Yeah.
Oh no, there's another thing over there to scan.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm Peter Dinklage.
So the way that they wanted that character to come off was just flawed.
And there was like no processing on his voice, so it's like it didn't sound like a robot at all. It was crazy.
That game didn't hold my interest because the mission design is just so generic and basic. It's like every single mission is the same thing. You take Peter Dinklage, he tells you to go start some terminal or something.
Go activate this terminal.
You got to charge it up and enemies are attacking. Then it charges, you press the button, a new wave of enemies comes in, you kill all them, and then something else goes wrong. It's like 3 things go wrong, kill a bunch of enemies, and then the mission's over.
Yeah.
Every single time.
Now, the social aspect of it was well done. It was fun to team up with your friends and play online.
People are still all about that
for
game.
one of the first times, like in I don't know, maybe 10 years, I actually met a friend, like I would say a friend who I don't know through a video game. Like there was a guy that I became friends with, like for some reason we were like kind of doing the same missions at the same time, and then like we started talking to each other, chatting, and became friends on PSN, and we played Destiny online a couple nights together, and it was really cool. And he was like, he was a really chill dude. He lives here actually in LA somewhere, and we were just like kind of just talking about everyday life, like while we're playing Destiny, and it was like really weird to like kind of get to learn about someone while playing a video game, because I don't normally play like that. I normally play like very isolated.
Yeah, same
but Destiny is
here.
the kind of game that encourages that, and I think that's what draws so many people to it. The New Beginning thing, I want to tie back to that real quick, because to me it's a cop out where they're like, yeah, we couldn't really think of a way to keep everyone's progression, so we're just going to delete everything and start over. Yeah.
Well, they didn't confirm that.
No, it's confirmed.
Really?
That's one of the first things they said about the game. Yeah.
That you don't keep your progression at all?
No. It's that's what New Beginning means. Like you start over. They destroyed the tower. Yeah. Like they destroyed it intentionally to say you lost. Like they have this story mechanic where I guess this bad guy comes in and he has the power to take away all of your powers. Mm-hmm. So he takes away all your powers.
Of course.
And so now you got no powers. And you got no weapons or no loot, and you got to start over. And maybe they're planning ahead. And now maybe for the next game they'll be able to figure out a way to keep your progression going.
Oh, another really interesting thing about this story is that it'll be on BattleNet.
Oh yeah,
for PC it's on BattleNet.
Yeah, you're kind of jumping the gun here a little bit, but yeah, it's weird that. Well, it's not actually BattleNet anymore. This original story confused me too, because I was like, BattleNet, isn't that gone? And like,
no,
it's gone. Like,
well, it's called
Blizzard
something
doesn't
else.
Call it BattleNet.
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah.
But it's like, so it's weird that
their new
saying
name
BattleNet.
is way worse than BattleNet. I forget what it is, but it's horrible. It's like
there's some problems.
Blizzard
with this.
launcher, Blizzard official launcher official.
There's some problems with this that they're not talking about on here, which they don't have dedicated servers. It's all going to be peer to peer, and I think they're going to realize really quickly that that was a terrible
dedicated
idea.
servers.
Yeah. So PC people are going to have some issues to work through, I think, with this game.
that could be fine. That's how a lot of Call of Duty games worked.
So, but anyways, yeah, Destiny 2. I'm hesitant about it. Like, I think it'll be fun. I'm probably going to play through it.
They've got a solid
very
foundation.
much like Destiny 1.
Yeah.
When you look at this game, I honestly, the gameplay that they showed, I could not tell you that it. Like, if you showed that to me, I would have thought that was a new mission in Destiny 1, which I think is kind of a bummer, because this is an amazing, talented team of people, and I know that this game, I think, kind of went through a little bit of hell too. Like, I think they definitely had
for sure.
They were definitely, I think there were rumors that maybe the story got rewrote again, like
it definitely did
late in the
100%. And they also were hiring up to like 500 people as they were developing this game, so that's just tough. And it's hard to get a team like that moving in the right direction.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, it gets off to a good start where, like, the first mission that they showed, it looks more interesting. It looks like there's more scripted moments. So I'm really hoping that they keep that going for the whole thing, and it's not just like, come to this tower or come to this panel and hack it and wait and defend. So
that gets old.
I think that they're probably going to double down and focus on that, and that'll make it fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. That's pretty much it for the announcements, I think, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh wait, no. There's one more.
You got a special announcement?
Well, it's a grouping. I don't have an article to link to here, but I just wanted to call out that there was an earnings call from Ubisoft this week, and in that earnings call, they announced like 3 games, which is really weird. Like, they announced Crew 2. It's coming. We're probably going to see all 3 of these games at E3. They announced that these aren't announced because I think people just kind of listen into these calls or whatever, and like, they're not like announcing
they know that they're going to,
but they know
people
are going to hear.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed, the next Assassin's Creed is going to be out by March 2018. Interesting that they said that.
Yeah, that's not this year.
But like, think about this. I think every year there's kind of like a January game that can kill it. because if you wait till after the holidays and you come out in January or February when people are just like aching for like a new thing to play, I think if Assassin's Creed comes out then, that's going to be good for them.
Yeah,
I don't think Assassin's Creed should be out trying to compete at the end of this year. I think Assassin's Creed has enough of its own audience that they're going to get people to buy that game whenever it comes out, and then you're going to get new people who are maybe looking for something to play.
And especially at this point, we've had how many iterations? 5 or 6
no,
of them?
way more than that. I think there's like,
I think
it's like
Black
past 10.
Flag. Yeah. So they're doing so many spin-offs at this point. I'm kind of getting tired of those games. I hop in once in a while. Like, I think I tried to play a little Black Flag.
Yeah.
Because you had it, and I just
That game was really fun. I didn't play the whole thing. I played like an hour of it, but
and
it was fun.
Revelations was the latest one, right? In London?
No, Syndicate.
Syndicate
was great.
Yeah,
I loved
that looked
Syndicate.
awesome.
I played it
but
for
it's just the same
a decent
game.
amount of time, but then I fell off the horse a little bit, and then I didn't want to get back on.
Yeah, I think we were talking about this the other day. This whole series just needs a boost. It needs a shot of adrenaline. Something big has to happen because going to different time periods, they have that down. Like, the premise allows them to do anything.
The original idea of being an assassin in like an ancient civilization is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Well, they need to drop this future piece of Eden bullshit. Like, I'm getting so tired of it. Like, I just don't understand why there needs to be a conspiracy theory tying all these games together instead of just being like, hey, you're just a cool assassin in a cool time period doing cool shit.
Yeah.
Just let's focus on that. That's my thought.
Ezio Auditore
I don't want to go
Firenze.
too far on this because I didn't even get to announce the other thing. There's one more that's pretty interesting. Far Cry 5 apparently is confirmed too. And it's weird that they confirm these games through an earnings call rather than E3. It kind of takes away the surprise at E3, I think.
Yeah, I wonder if there's something up. I wonder if Ubisoft's revenue is down or something like that, and they felt they had to talk about this stuff early just to keep shareholders happy.
Yeah.
Which sucks. Like, that's the exact reason you don't want shareholders. Yeah. They're just forcing your hand with everything.
Yeah, kind of.
Anyway, a lot of announcements.
Yeah, I think that's it. This has been a huge week for everything.
So much stuff.
There's so much cool stuff to talk about.
You should see the weekly roundup.
Oh, weekly roundup. Hitcha!
Oh, we're getting worse and worse.
Oh my gosh, Sean, what happened this week, dude?
So this
what are we talking about?
You probably care a lot about this. I probably don't care at all about this.
Well, tell me.
Sega planning to revive major IPs in quotes.
Yeah, and apparently it's like 5 major IPs they want to revive.
And what are they? Let's see.
Well, they don't talk necessarily.
Oh, they don't even tell you what they are?
No, they don't say exactly. I think it's like going to be a surprise.
Well, what's dead? What Sega stuff is dead?
Well, yeah, I want to get into that. I just want to kind of read off what they say here, because they have a plan for a revival of major IPs within the Sega Sammy Group new Road to 2020 document. So I guess within 2020, before 2020, we're going to get these revivals. It doesn't specify precisely which major IPs Sega may be seeking to exhume at this stage, though it does stress the company will also seek to expand existing properties and challenge for potential new franchises. The strategy to resurrect major IPs is noted as one of the major points in Sega's goals for the packaged game field. This is a fucking awesome thing. Sega has a huge history of awesome IPs. Like, they've been making games for a long time.
As long as revival doesn't mean just plopping it onto a new platform in its old state, because they've done that so much with everything they have, I think.
I hope it's not that as well. Like, some of the things that I think of, like, I mean, are like, let's see, what was the old RPG that was on the Sega system?
Shenmue?
No, not Shenmue.
Phantasy Star?
Phantasy Star, yes. But I guess Phantasy Star has kind of been going on, so I don't know if that's a revival.
I don't think it has.
No, they have Phantasy Star Online is like huge in Japan, I think.
Oh, right, they had the free-to-play version of that, yeah. People love that. I kind of wanted to jump in, even though, do you remember Phantasy Star Online 2 or whatever on GameCube?
Phantasy Star Online.
The Dreamcast port.
Yes.
And we played that, and it was so shitty.
It was so shitty, but we loved it.
Yeah.
Which was really cool.
Because that was, like, I had never played MMOs. I still don't really play MMOs. So just having that framework, even if it was the two of us playing kind of offline, was so unique.
So I kind of, like, I'm bringing up a list of, like, some Sega Genesis games.
It's Altered Beast.
So we can kind of, oh, God,
That's what they're bringing back.
So that we can talk about it a little bit. There's some ones on here that I would totally love to see come back in interesting ways.
Gunstar
Heroes.
Cool.
awesome. Love that game. That could be a good one. Streets of Rage. We haven't seen Streets of Rage in a while, and that was a huge IP in the Sega Genesis days and the arcade cabinet days.
Yep.
Those were cool games. Like, if they could revive that in a new, interesting way, hopefully not just a side-scrolling beat-em-up, but I think
Hopefully.
Toe Jam and Earl is already coming back. Toe Jam and Earl, there's a new game in the works for that, so I'm assuming that that's not it.
Ooh.
Here's an interesting one, Comic Zone.
Yeah. Everyone's
What if they brought
love-hate on
Comic
that.
Zone? I know, there's a love-hate relationship. The music for Comic Zone was fucking cool. I loved the music.
The art was cool, but the game itself did not feel good. To me, at least.
I thought it felt okay.
It just felt so
the
clunky.
art definitely is what drove that game, I think.
They were trying to sell the animations so much that they didn't really tune them for gameplay. It was just kind of like, here's a huge, pretty animation.
Yeah. Earthworm Jim, dude.
Yeah.
Where is Earthworm Jim? Those
Yeah, that's
games
the
were
hero we
so
need.
cool. Those games were fucking awesome.
Earthworm Jim is such an awkward being.
Shinobi. Where's Shinobi?
Shinobi. I remember
could come
Shinobi on
back.
PS2. They had a couple games on PS2, and
There
they
could
were
be some awesome
hard.
Shinobi games.
Yeah.
Outrun?
Yeah, because Ninja Gaiden has kind of taken a break, so there's that gap.
Yeah.
Although now we've got Neo. What about Tenchu? Dude, all those ninja games kind of just went away.
The ninja game, I guess ninjas just aren't in right now. I don't really know
it's all
why.
about zombies and
The
hollowed men.
The thing is, it just seems like there's so much potential for really cool old Sega IPs
What is
to
that?
come back. Lightning Force. I don't even
Force.
know. I didn't
Okay.
even play that game. I don't even know what that is.
Yeah.
But there's, I don't know. I hope that we get some really cool stuff. They should dig back into it. Just, guys,
They've got so much stuff to...
ease up on
Dredge up.
Sonic a little bit. Let's just...
Well, the new Sonic does look pretty cool.
you know me. I love Sonic
Yeah,
games.
and I hate Sonic.
And
But that one looks
Sonic,
cool.
Sonic Mania, that looks like what I want. And the other Sonic game where you apparently you can create your own Sonic character now, so you can make like a dog
That
that
sounds
runs along with
so
Sonic.
stupid.
Yeah.
So stupid. Just put out a good game. Don't worry about that shit.
Yeah. What's next on Weekly Roundup?
All right, this is really cool. So this is the first year, I think, ever, right, that E3 is allowing public to buy tickets.
Yeah.
So anyone could have bought a ticket.
Yeah.
They sold out. So
Which is crazy because these tickets were expensive. I think they were,
They were
like
like
100.
200.
I think they were 150 for like a regular,
For
maybe
early bird?
250 for something else.
I
Yeah,
know
they were two different
early bird
prices.
was like half the price, which is
Okay.
kind of crazy.
They sold 15,000 of these.
Yeah, which honestly, I'm surprised it took this long to sell out.
Well, I mean, if any of you guys are going to E3 and maybe you're used to going to like PAX or something like that, this is going to be a really different experience because this conference has never been about the consumers.
Yeah.
It's really been about the developers showcasing their games to publishers and like kind of news outlets
retailers
and media
even.
and retailers and just
Yeah.
kind of getting them amped and ready to, sell the game. They don't have like panels and stuff like that like PAX has, but Jeff Keighley is actually starting up a new thing. He's starting up some panels and stuff for this year at E3.
Oh, okay.
So he's trying to kind of get in on that and maybe
And it's been
make it a little bit
changing
more
for the past couple of years. Like
Yeah.
they've got the indie section, all the big three, Microsoft,
Well,
Nintendo,
then the big thing that's changing is a
Xbox.
lot of people have just pulled out. Like EA's not
Yeah,
there.
they're doing their own thing.
And
EA, what is EA's thing called? EA Play?
Yeah, EA Play happens. It's actually happening earlier this year.
Really?
And it's happening in Hollywood. So we're gonna see how that
Yeah,
goes.
someone asked me if I was going to that, and I was like,
The bummer. I'm missing E3 this year.
Yeah, that
I'm gonna
sucks.
be back in Pennsylvania at my buddy Nick's wedding.
Yeah.
And
Shout out to Nick.
This is my first E3 I've missed in like 5 or 6 years.
Yeah.
Kind of a bummer.
It's
I
fine to take a
love
break.
going to E3. It's
Yeah.
so much fun. It's
I like
just-
going for one day.
Yeah, you usually go for a day. You go out and hang out with a bunch of your pals. You see some cool games, and then you just get really drunk.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, we'll skip this story
Yeah,
about the Sonic character creator
creator.
because Sean doesn't give a fuck.
You guys probably get it. You can make a dog.
Yeah, you can make a dog
You
who'll
can make a
run as fast
hamster.
as Sonic. And
Sonic
then
could have been
that's it.
any animal.
Yeah.
I don't know why they chose hedgehog.
Or Echidna, which is Knuckles.
Yeah.
The fuck is an Echidna?
I don't know.
Is that
it's
even
a
how
real
you
thing.
say that?
It is actually.
Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
It's a
They
real
can
thing
climb on
too.
walls, I guess, and float?
Well, actually, that's pretty badass. Sonic just runs fast. So, the new Harvest Moon game announced for Switch, PC, and PS4 is supposedly going back to the roots of Harvest Moon.
Yeah.
So it's going to be more like the Super Nintendo game, more like the PS1 game. None of this bullshit about fighting monsters and
Wait, that's not in Harvest
harvesting.
Moon, dude.
No, remember there were like it was like a New Frontier or something.
I didn't play that. If
Yeah,
there was
there were-
monster fighting in Harvest Moon, I have never
There were
seen
Harvest
that.
Moon games on 3DS where part of it was farming and stuff, and then part of it was you going out into like caves and killing monsters.
Oh well, I mean, but that's also in
Dragon Quest Builders.
no, not Dragon Quest Builders. Valley, something
Stonehearth.
Valley. What's the
Stardew
Stardew Valley?
Yeah.
And that's awesome.
Is it?
Yeah, that's really fun. Like
Well,
you go in
those-
there and you kill monsters and get experience. Like and you, that's like another way for you to like build
That's
income
great.
and stuff.
That's great. But I think when Harvest Moon did it, it wasn't.
It wasn't
fun.
good?
It was just it diluted
Well,
everything.
What I find fascinating about this is I think it's actually a reaction to Stardew Valley.
Yeah.
Because Stardew Valley, people are loving it, and if you look down, they don't show it here, but I saw in another article they show like what the SNES version of Harvest Moon looked like,
It's exactly the
and
same.
it looks exactly like Stardew Valley.
Did they copy Stardew Valley?
They ripped him off. Those motherfuckers traveled forward in time
Nintendo.
and ripped off Stardew Valley. Like, yeah, look at this shit. It totally
Yeah.
looks like Stardew Valley.
That looks
and it's-
awesome. I want to play that game.
Yeah, exactly. And if they're coming back to that, that would be great. And
wait.
the fact that it's on Switch, like, I want these games on Switch.
But Stardew Valley is coming to Switch too.
Yeah,
Wait,
I
wasn't
know.
that supposed to happen last month or something?
No,
it's later on.
It's going to be a little while
June or
probably
July.
because it's just one guy who makes that game.
Yeah,
So-
come on, guy, get it
Make
together.
the game faster.
Calling you out.
All right.
So this is huge. This news
Yeah,
story.
this one's crazy. This one's all over the news outlets this
Yep.
week.
Netflix to produce The Witcher TV series. Netflix will develop and produce a new show based on the Witcher saga, the series of 8 novels by, not even going to try and
Andrzej
pronounce that.
Sapkowski.
Andrzej
nailed it.
Sapkowski.
Nailed it.
That inspired the hugely popular CD Projekt Red RPG games.
Okay, when I first saw this, I was like, fuck you, Netflix. Get out of here.
Yeah, get out
I
of
don't
our
want
games.
you taking my sexy girl that I've been playing as for 3 games and
Netflix.
ruining him.
You already got stuff. Why are you trying to get games?
Yeah. Leave it to us.
Like
we'll
we
take
said.
care of it. We'll make a Witcher TV series.
Yeah, we'll get it. We'll get it.
Right here in the Game Stuff Studios. No, actually, my reasoning behind it was the Witcher RPG, at least Witcher 3, it's such a personal journey because you make so many decisions in that game and you are really kind of creating your version of Geralt and like how he deals with things and how the story plays out.
Yeah, like, do
That,
you have
I
sex
was
on a unicorn or do you get off the
and
unicorn?
I love the design of the Witcher in that game. He looks fucking badass. The voice acting is awesome. I really love like even though he's so like just gravelly and I'm the Witcher, like I just feel like he feels like a badass. He's cool.
Yeah.
And so I kind of was thinking, fuck, I don't want to watch a TV version of The Witcher and have them get him wrong. But then I thought they're just saying they're producing a new show based on the Witcher saga. They're not saying they don't say anything about Geralt in here. So, and
it'll be
it could
about Geralt.
I don't think it will be.
It will be because
they
it's
don't-
based on his novels and they're all about Geralt.
But I thought that there's other Witchers and stuff in this.
There are, but they're just part of the world.
Okay, well, I'm kind of hoping that this story is about other Witchers, because like,
Did you ever read the?
Hold up. Let's read this. There's more here. The
All right.
Witcher stories follow an unconventional family that comes together to fight for truth in a dangerous world. The characters are original, funny, and constantly surprising. We can't wait to bring them to life at Netflix, the perfect home for innovative storytelling. So they don't say anything.
They won't say anything.
And
There's
so
no way they're not
They don't
using
mention
Geralt.
Geralt. They don't specifically say Geralt. So
They wouldn't bring-
I would like it if it's about new characters in the Witcher universe, and Geralt's like a side character that can show up.
Geralt is just so badass, though.
I know, but I don't want them to ruin him in
So the reason
this
I'm
version, because
excited
the CD
about
Projekt
this-
Red killed it. They
They
killed
did.
it.
They did. But so did the guy who wrote the novels.
Yeah.
The reason I'm excited is because I read his first book, which is just, I think, 8 or 10 short stories. And each one of them is Geralt going off and trying to kill a different monster. And there are some that are also like kind of downtime with him talking to his family and girls. Usually girls.
Yeah.
Always girls.
Always girls.
But it's just that hook is so cool. It
Yeah.
seems so basic. Take a monster hunter and show him fighting monsters, but the way that this story is told is just so unique, and it's kind of like in the game they have detective work basically, and in the stories
Right.
it's a lot of that where he's preparing and he's never sure of what he's doing.
I gotta read one of these.
He's
books.
kind of like
I should read one.
in
of
his
these.
head he's always thinking I could just fucking die right now and I don't care because
Yeah.
I'm so badass.
And
Like,
because, well, man, honestly, it's probably because he also doesn't have emotions too, right?
Yeah.
Like, because that's all burned out
No,
of
he
him by the
does. He
Witcher
does.
process.
the Witcher process.
The witching process.
Yeah.
We gotta process some more Witchers. we're running low.
Pump them out. So I'm excited for that. I think that lends itself
Netflix
to the medium.
has been mostly killing it with their TV shows.
Yeah.
So I think
Even if it's
they'll
trash,
probably do it right. I
doesn't
hope
take
so.
away.
Oh man, yeah, I'm just so on the fence about it. I love my Geralt, and I want him to stay my Geralt. I don't want to watch another Geralt.
yeah,
Unless he's
that'll
gonna,
be weird. That will be weird.
Unless
Seeing
I could watch another
seeing
Geralt
someone
hook up
play
with
him.
my Geralt, then maybe I'd watch that.
don't know about that.
Okay, moving on. Next story. This one is kind of funny in a weird way.
Yeah, it's a little
It's
bit,
what I like
petty.
about this is that it shows a new side of Nintendo.
Yeah.
Tell us what's going on here, Sean.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe update removes offensive hand gesture.
Yeah, so basically in Splatoon, the Splatoon character in Mario Kart 8 had a gesture where they kind of did. I think it was like, it's kind of like I would call it like the up yours motion or whatever.
Yeah.
Where like you like slap your bicep and put your fist up.
It's the finger without using the finger.
And I guess that's offensive in other cultures.
It's offensive here. It's like if that is giving you the finger.
Okay. Well, basically they removed the arm on her bicep.
Yeah, so now
like,
she's just like throwing one arm
now
up. And
she's just
she's
throwing
fist
one
bumping
arm.
basically.
Yeah. And I find this like really interesting because they reacted really quickly to this.
Yeah.
And this is showing like Nintendo's been patching their games and been really
That's
active
big for
about
them.
it. And it's really cool. I mean, there's more to this patch. Well, I'll read through them real quick. The opponent's names are displayed in the rearview mirror in online matches. Invincibility period after spin out or crash is longer in online matches. Up to 2 players can spectate a friend group while they wait to join. Apparently that was already in the Wii U version, but it wasn't in this, so people were kind of pissed about it.
Okay.
Worldwide and regional modes add players to mirror and 200cc matches less often. You can now properly create a friend lobby when you have 100 or more friends. I don't know who has 100 or more friends on Switch.
Yeah.
How do you even get friends on Switch? I have no friends.
The process takes
You and I
a
live in
month.
the same place, and we still haven't added each other on Switch. Friends.
I think I
terrible.
sent a friend code to one person at some point, but I don't remember.
We should do that. We should be friends on Switch.
I don't know.
Hey, everybody. Let's be friends on Switch.
Yeah, let's all be
Write
friends.
into GameStuffPodcast@gmail.com. Send us your Switch friend codes. We'll friend request you or figure it out or
sign
something.
us up for that.
I don't know. Yeah, let's do it.
There's like
Let's try to
16
get-
characters.
Let's try to get over 100 friends to see if we can test Nintendo's thing working.
Sure. We got to break Nintendo.
So, yeah, and then they say the Inkling Girls animations are adjusted now. Starting positions in online races now properly reflect the order in which players join. Driver Mii's now properly showing facial expressions. I would like to see what that looked like before the patch. That sounds kind of
Yeah.
funny.
Just dead face.
The tournament clock now properly reflects real world time. That's cool. I'm impressed
proud.
with Nintendo so
I'm
far.
proud of Nintendo.
Yeah, they're doing
doing it.
good, guys.
They're
And
doing
look,
good stuff.
We're gonna round up the rest of this weekly roundup. I think round up the roundup.
Yeah,
here
what
with,
are you getting at here?
With a
Little
little
meta.
bit more Switch or Nintendo news.
Yeah. So this is the first official bundle, isn't it?
Yeah.
For the Switch.
Yeah.
There's the Splatoon 2 bundle coming. With new Joy-Con colors in Japan. Japan always gets the best colors.
Japan gets everything.
They get so many
Have
colors.
you seen these colors yet?
They're pretty cool.
Look at how fucking cool
Yeah.
those are. They're
I mean,
pink
the red
and green.
The red and blue are so awesome.
They are
already.
awesome, but I would want these. We're gonna need another set of Joy-Cons eventually, but God, I hope these come out in America. I don't
They
understand
have
why
to.
Japan gets all the cool colors for everything.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because
They
have
think
to
we
make,
don't like color.
Well, maybe they have to. It's because they have to manufacture less of them for Japan because
Yeah.
there's a smaller.
Well, it's kind of their test
territory.
market. Yeah, they might just see how this sells and then roll it out across the rest of the world because they're already making them. All they have to do is ramp it up.
Okay, did we even announce what this is though?
Yeah, we did.
This is the Splatoon bundle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Splatoon bundle. It comes with the Switch console as well as a neon green and pink Joy-Con, which combine for a nice watermelon-looking color. They say.
And the best part,
3 packets of Splatoon stickers, baby. Additionally, a new Switch Pro controller featuring green and pink grips has been announced for Japan as well. So they're already getting.
so that's you can buy it
new
separately.
colors in
Yep.
Japan, and Splatoon launches on July 21st. So they also have a bunch of carrying cases and cool stuff for Splatoon. Now, man, I don't know. I'm kind of getting amped about that game. There was a direct this week. We're going to talk about it a little bit more soon. But there was a direct where they showed a little bit of Splatoon single player at the end of it, and it was cool. It
Yeah.
looked fun.
It's platforming. It was basically like Mario Galaxy,
Yeah.
but with squids and kids.
and like ink shooting everywhere, and like it looked like cover-based gameplay and like a bunch of just cool weaponry.
Yeah.
I was in, man.
I'm in.
kind
Your
of
excitement
in.
is kind of wearing off on me, and I was gonna stay far away from that game. I think
that
but
seems like the kind of game that would like Mario Kart would be really fun, just for us both to be able to play.
yeah, for sure.
You know. So
I didn't play the original either.
no, I didn't. Well, we played it one time at Jared's house.
Yeah, I played it. I played one multiplayer round or something like that, but I kind of want to just
We're
sit
gonna
down
get Jared
with it and
on this
understand
podcast
it.
one of these days, and
Oh,
we're gonna
you'll-
just like
you'll
rail
know Jared
about
when you see him.
everything.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and you're gonna be here for the railing
Yeah, we're
session.
gonna rail him. God, I love railing
All right,
Jared.
let's let's finish up the roundup.
Yeah.
Last story.
So I thought we were rounding it up last time.
No. But I was saying we're rounding up the roundup with Nintendo news.
I'm gonna wrap up the roundup.
Oh, let's wrap up the roundup.
Wrapping up the
Wrapping
roundup
up the roundup
with a positive story, I think, for all of us. Nintendo Switch leads U.S. hardware sales again in April.
Yeah.
That's great because we were all kind of waiting with bated breath to see how the Switch would do. Mm-hmm. And we're not, I won't say we're out of the storm yet.
No.
This thing could totally still fail, but all things are looking up.
Yeah, it's still hard. It's still hard to find.
Yeah.
Like guys at work this week, they did Toys R Us did a re-upping on Thursday.
They had stock
and
again.
There were a couple guys at work that went in and first thing in the morning. And my one coworker, Jason McCord, shout out, bruh. He was 20th. He was 20th in line, and there was 24 of them, and he got one.
Wow.
So now he's got Zelda, and he's super amped about it, and it's really cool. Like a lot of my coworkers are very, very critical with games.
Yeah.
Especially a lot of the designers, because obviously like the same way I'm critical about audio, they're just critical about how games play and feel, and it's really fun to see people who are people were so down on Nintendo and the Switch, and it is funny seeing them.
They play Zelda.
The day the Switch came out, everyone was all of a sudden like, "Oh shit, I want a Switch!"
Yeah,
and no one could get one, and everyone's like, "Wait, does anyone have a Switch?" And does anyone want to sell a Switch?
You hear them giggling while playing Mario
because
Kart.
everyone was talking down to me. I was so amped about Switch. Like we both took Friday off when the Switch launched. We took off work to wait at home for our Switches to arrive. They only showed up at 5 p.m.
Yep.
But we were waiting at home
CPS.
all day, super amped, and then it was cool seeing Nintendo work their magic. They turned the tide. People were like, Switch looks stupid. I don't want it. And then as soon as it came out, they're like, oh, wait, it actually looks really cool. When people are bringing Zelda in and playing it and showing it off at work, people
you
are
cannot play
fuck.
Zelda and still be down on the Switch.
You can't. You can't hold
It's
Zelda
impossible.
in your hands and just not want one.
Yeah.
So, but the numbers have been great.
Yeah, so this is all from NPD data. Nintendo said that Switch sales topped 280,000 units in the U.S. during April. So that's just the U.S. That's pretty big. I can
Oh, wow, that's just the U.S.? Okay, that's
so you assume
great.
they sold at least 500K in April.
Yeah, maybe.
Probably more.
I mean, the U.S. is the really, really big market.
Well, U.S. and Europe, Europe for games has been getting bigger and bigger.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes they actually lead in hardware sales.
Yeah.
So, and then Japan is just crazy.
Yeah.
Nintendo also noted that the 3DS family of systems combined to sell more than 68,000 units during the same span.
I love how they have to say 3DS family because there's fucking 500
There are at
versions
least
of the
500,
3DS,
yeah.
including one of them that's called 2DS.
The new 2D. Well, and the new 2DS.
Well, that one's not out yet, I don't think.
Oh, okay.
It's soon, though.
Yeah. Anyway, that's just nice. I like hearing this because...
Check this out. Mario Kart 8 sold... It was the top-selling game. Top-selling game for April.
Meaning its attach rate has to be
And the game
crazy.
only launched on April 28th.
How
crazy
just
is that?
Insane.
460,000 physical copies sold, and
In
that's
2
not even
days.
digital, which we both
I bought
downloaded
it digital,
digitally.
yeah.
Yeah, because I want it all the time.
Yep, that's one of those games that you'll go back to, so it makes sense to download
Yeah, I never
digital.
want to have to worry about putting in the cart for that game.
I don't want to worry about putting in carts ever, but I also sometimes like to get rid of games.
So they say combined with digital sales, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe tops 550,000. So 100,000 copies digitally. That's great. And they're saying 1-2 Switch and Snipper Clips enjoyed strong sales in April.
Wait, these numbers are hilarious. The game only launched on April 28th, and the NPD's report for April only tracked sales through April 29th.
So it was 1 day of
So
sales.
they took
So that might not
2
even
days
been
off
our
the end.
sale. It might not even been when we bought it because we bought it
Yeah, we did wait.
the day after or 2 days after it came out.
Yeah.
We're not in those numbers.
That could have been us.
I'm pretty excited about that. I'm happy about it.
I'm positive. I have a positive outlook for the Switch.
Yeah.
And I really hope it keeps gaining steam, and I hope when Squid Kids 2 comes out, people love that. And I hope when ARMS comes out, people love that.
Oh, speaking of that, let's wrap up the roundup. We're wrapping up the roundup
All right,
officially.
for
Official
real now.
roundup,
Can we for real wrap up the roundup?
The roundup.
All right, what are we wrapping it with?
No, I mean that's it. We're wrapping paper. I don't know.
It'll get out. It'll get out instantly. You got to use duct tape.
Okay, we're wrapping
All right.
it up with duct tape.
So let's wrap it up with a game that I think is highly contentious to pretty much anyone out there.
Well, this is a different segment. This is a topic discussion of the week. We got to figure out a name for this.
Forget about that
Can someone
name.
just write in a name and give us a name for
can
this?
you guys
This is
just
going to
write
be
in the
like
whole
our. This
podcast?
isn't like an announcement. This isn't a weekly roundup. This is kind of us just talking about something that's been on our mind, and it certainly is was kind of brought up by Nintendo themselves this week because there was a whole direct about ARMS.
Yeah, ARMS.
What? I don't know about that name. ARMS. ARMS.
The name is awesome.
Fighter arms?
It's
or
so
something?
basic.
Like, I guess
it's
it
so
is.
basic.
It's so simple. It's crazy that there's not a game called ARMS already, honestly.
Well, and it's awesome that they got the name for a game that is literally about arms.
Yeah, so what we want to talk about this week is this game winning us over? Because it might be.
It's starting to.
It's really weird because I was so down on this game. I was
step back to when you first heard about the game.
When they first were showing off Switch games for the first time, and they showed this, I was like, what the fuck is this? First of all, I thought it was out on. I thought it was gonna be a launch game.
Yeah.
Because if anything,
because how hard can it be to throw some arms on people and launch the boxing game?
And maybe this is just the old man in me now. I'm 27, going to be 28 this year.
You are old.
I'm starting to get the get off my lawn syndrome going on a little bit, where I'm like, what the fuck is this new kid bullshit?
Yeah.
Nintendo.
I don't know these
this?
characters.
That's not Mario.
Yeah.
Where's Metroid at? Why isn't my Metroid man coming in?
You want your Metroid? Oh, does he not know? Does he not know that her name is Samus and she's also a girl?
Her name? Metroid is her?
No, Metroids are both hims and hers.
No,
but Samus Aran is a woman.
I kind of had the why are they doing these things?
That's the exact reaction I had.
I had that with Splatoon too.
Yeah, Splatoon. For me, it was I try to empathize with the crowd that would play those games, and I just couldn't. I couldn't get it.
I couldn't identify.
I was like, who is this person? Who buys these games?
And you know what's weird? The more I see those fucking Inklings,
I
kind of like them.
Yeah, I know
they're growing on me too. Of the ARMS shit though, I was so down on this game when I saw it. I was like, lame. They did the direct a month ago. They did a direct and they showed more ARMS and more Splatoon 2, and I was like, lame. And then the direct came out this week, and I watched the whole thing, and I saw all of the ARMS stuff. And as I was watching it, I was like, I don't know. And then it was over, and I was like, ARMS kind of looks dumb. Splatoon 2 single player, fucking awesome. I'm in for that. That's probably gonna be a day one buy. And then I just kept thinking about the ARMS stuff and how they showed all of those cool new modes, and they showed the 10 characters, and they showed that there's a really potentially deep progression system where every character has signature arms, and but then you also can unlock all these other arms, and they all have status effects.
Better damage.
They went into status effects, and you can upgrade their damage. And while it looks a little ridiculous, it kind of starting to look like it's fun.
Now, is that when you texted me about ARMS and said, and just sounded like a giddy schoolgirl, and you're like, I think I'm in on ARMS.
It might have been because it started just kind of sinking in that while there's not a single player progression or anything like that, it does look like it's the kind of game that you want to when you're having your friends over, you want to fire this game up and just play and have fun. It looks like that kind of game. It looks like it's Mario Kart for fighting games.
That was the biggest mindset shift for me, because in the beginning you see that it's a cool concept. This is kind of a unique thing that no other game is really doing. I mean, it's a spin-off of a genre we know, fighting games.
Yeah.
But it's just done in such a creative way, and that's really cool. But what I was afraid of was that there would be no meat to the game.
Yeah.
That it was like Wii bowling.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought too. I thought it was going to be
you knock down the
Wii
pins
boxing.
And that's it.
Like Wii boxing, it's just just swinging your arms around, and
but they're showing that they know what they have. They know they have this really cool concept, and they're building up a lot of content around that.
Yeah.
And they're making it deeper too. So it's not just going to be a kids game. It's not a thing where you're just going to go flail. I think this could actually be competitive. It's kind of
I think they are trying to build an esports kind of vibe around
it. Reminds me a lot of Psyonix with why can't I think of the name of Rocket League?
Oh, yeah.
Because at first you see it and you're like, what is this shit? Cars running into a soccer
driving
ball?
into a fucking ball?
How can you control that? And then you play once and you're like, wow, I really can't control that.
Yeah.
And then you play 10 times and you start to realize that every little thing you do changes the direction of the arc of the ball, and you can jump in the air and block, and there's so many nuances to that game that bring out skill.
It's a simple concept that's easy to understand. It's, hey guys, here's soccer, but guess what? You're a fucking race car.
Yeah.
And
it didn't work from the first time.
And this is a simple concept. It's there's a wacky motherfucker over there.
You gotta punch him.
You're an even wackier motherfucker over here, and just punch them until they're dead.
Yep.
And then it's easy to understand.
I don't know if it's about punching until they're dead though.
Oh yeah, maybe they don't die.
Punch them until they sleep.
The thing that I read someone online kind of saying, when has Nintendo really failed at making a game fun?
Never.
And I can't think of an example of them kind of coming up with a new game and it not being fun. Their
Mario
games are
Paint
just
fun? Was Mario Paint
Mario
fun?
Paint was crazy fucking fun.
Was
dude.
it just because painting is fun, or was the game itself?
It was
fun?
you could make songs with Mario Paint. That was the coolest part about it.
That's not paint.
Yeah, it was really weird.
All right, yeah, I'm just trying to think of it.
I mean, okay, Nintendo's had misses, yes, but I mean, when they go all in, which you can tell they're going all in on this. They are really pushing this. That they make fun games.
Yep.
Splatoon was the same way for a lot of people. They were like, I don't know about that.
Kids,
and
squids,
then the game came out and it sold 5 million copies.
Yeah,
it's huge.
It sold really
it's really successful. It's apparently.
I mean,
really
it's an
fun.
online shooter, and they don't get many of those.
Yeah.
Over in Nintendo land.
So, with everything that they showed, it's winning me over. And the big thing to look out for is if you're listening to this week, and it's we don't want to reveal too much of the secret sauce over here, but it's Sunday,
never.
May 21st, and there's a demo weekend coming up next weekend, May 26th. And they're having the demo open for an hour at a time. They did this with Splatoon 2, but I didn't get in on it. But I'm gonna try to get in for ARMS because I want to play it and this is going to be the make or break moment.
So it's open for an hour.
An hour at a time, multiple times throughout the day. So
but
they do
anyone
it 3
can
times a
download
day.
it.
Yeah, anyone can download the demo right now, and then it will be playable for an hour at a time.
Yeah.
At 3 different times, Friday, Saturday, and I think 2 times on Sunday.
I wonder
and then
if
they're doing it the next weekend too.
Yeah.
The following weekend, the first weekend of June, they're opening it up again.
I wonder if they're load testing and then making changes
they're doing
in
both.
between.
I think
everything.
they're doing a little bit of both. I think they're making sure the servers are going to be good to go. And it's also just kind of trying to get people into, I don't know. They're confident with it, obviously.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, the fact
everything is riding on this right now. The meat of their last direct was this game.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that's part of why my perception was so weird, because it felt like they were thumping their chest a bit and pitching this thing that didn't feel like a full game.
Yeah.
And I've heard so many people talking about how is that a $60 game?
Yeah.
But I think they just weren't showing it in the right light before.
I think the other thing that's difficult about this game, in the same way that it's hard to show off maybe VR games to people, is that this game they're trying to emphasize that this is a motion control game, but it's also not. You can play it without motion controls. So you can play it without motion controls.
Oh, you can?
Yeah. So they want to make sure that they know you can play without motion controls.
Thank
but
God.
everyone who plays it say that the motion controls are really good.
Yeah.
They say that they're super accurate and it's really fun. So I think it's one of those games that will just be fun to just set up with your friends and just be punching
just
around.
Flail around a bit.
And I think that will be the way that a lot of people will play for fun, but they're also trying to make sure that that if you want to ditch the motion controls, you can.
Yeah.
But everything I've read has been I played the game, I played with motion controls, and it was really fun. Mm-hmm. I haven't heard anyone say they played the game and were like, eh.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm reading in the wrong areas, but I'm kind of in. I think it's winning me over a little bit. We'll see. The demo is going to be the make or break. Yeah. The demo is going to be make or break for me, and I'm definitely going to be amped to get into it. So send us your fucking friend codes so we can fight each other.
Yeah, come on. We got to punch you with our arms. And one chick has hair for arms. Oh.
Yeah, Twintel. People are loving
amazing.
Twintel. She is kind of hot.
Well, she does have those arm hairs.
Yeah, so I guess that's it for our discussion of the week.
Yep. That was a good one. We'll have to think of a better name, I think. But
we'll get there. What is this, guys?
All right, so next up, we've got some new releases. Lots of new releases, actually.
Yeah,
Tons of them. So we pared it down a bit.
Yeah, let's just read through this.
Yeah, we're also going to do Guess the Metacritic.
Yeah,
right
Guess the
after
Metacritic
this.
is our weekly game show.
Weekly game show.
Yeah, weekly game show thing segment
that we don't do every week.
Well, I mean, we're trying to though.
Yeah, hopefully. All right, so what do we got here? Injustice 2. You're super excited for that.
Yeah, Injustice 2. Oh, so these are all games that came out the past week, I guess is what that is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Justice 2, super amped about that. Game's getting great reviews. Last I saw, I think it was close to like a 90 on Metacritic, which is pretty fucking badass for a fighting game.
I think it's at 88. 87 for PS4 for some reason.
Interesting.
Maybe just because Xbox has less reviews.
Xbox almost always has less reviews on Metacritic, so there's less variables to kind of like throw it down.
Yeah, if it's under 100 or whatever, it just hasn't normalized. All right, number 2, we've got Fire Emblem Echoes: Shadows of Valentia.
Yeah, interesting.
On 3DS, not Switch.
A remake of an NES game on 3DS.
Yeah.
Put it on fucking Switch, Nintendo.
Switch it up! Yeah, they want us to switch it up, but they won't switch it up.
I know, come on, switch it up, guys!
It's not fair. But here's some good stuff.
Yeah.
Disgaea 5, Switch.
Yes.
Thumper, Switch.
Yeah, it's supposed to be really cool. The game looks so weird. If you buy it, I want to see what it looks like.
I think I am going to play that.
Yeah.
Because people keep talking about it as if it's a horror game.
Yeah,
it's
I know,
called
and
an
that's
abstract horror game.
Weirdest part about it.
But I think I watched some video and there was a boss. And it actually was scary as hell.
Yeah.
Do you remember in Final Fantasy X, Seymour's summon?
Oh, you do.
The underground thing?
That thing
I forget what it was
so
called.
Scary.
It was that basically, and you were flying towards it, and it just had these huge like metal teeth and stuff.
Huh.
It looked pretty cool. I'm excited for that game. We got Portal Knights on PS4.
I keep seeing this on PS4, but I have no idea what it is.
Me either. That's why I highlighted it for Guess the Metacritic, because you'll never guess it.
Shit.
The next one, this one, if you know what this is, then you should get off the podcast. Skylar and Pluck's Adventure on Clover Island.
With like 8,000 question marks after it.
Well, yeah, because that was me just kind of throwing shade at this game. Like, is that really the title?
But maybe it's awesome. I don't know. I don't know.
Skylar and Pluck's, they are kind of cool names.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
All right, Black and White Bushido for PS4.
Another thing, I have not heard of
At first, I thought it was some like remake of Black and White, like Peter Molyneux's thing, but no, I don't think so.
Okay.
We've got Akiba's Beat.
Now, I've heard about this a lot on the Vita subreddit. Is this also on Vita?
It is, yeah.
So it's PS4 and Vita.
Yep.
What the fuck kind of game is it?
I think it's like either a dating sim or a rhythm game. It's the only kind of games that Vita gets at this point.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay.
We've got The Surge on Xbox and PC.
This game looks cool.
Does it?
Yeah. I've seen a lot of video on it. Digital Foundry was fucking raving about it this week. But as far as the PS4 Pro port of it, the technology for the game apparently is really good.
Okay.
It's on PS4 Pro.
What type of
looks
game
really
is it?
good. It's like a Dark Souls game, but like sci-fi. It's sci-fi Dark Souls.
Oh.
So you play as a guy like in a mech suit, basically. And, like dismembering your enemies and like for body
Like
parts
Ripley?
and stuff like that.
You're just Ripley?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, Ripley from Aliens. And it looks like it's really fun. It's the guys that did like I keep wanting to say Bound by Flame, but I'm not sure that's the name of the game. It might be. It was the Souls-like game that was on PS4 that kind of had like the technology wasn't very good. It was a little framey.
It was okay. It was pretty
interesting.
It was almost
like,
there.
It was like a 70 on Metacritic, I think. Maybe a little bit lower. This game I think is getting a little bit higher. It's in like the mid 70s, so they're definitely improving.
Okay.
And it looks like it's totally worth playing if you love the Dark Souls kinds of games.
Their last game didn't come out that long ago.
2 years ago, 3 years ago.
I think it was 2 or less.
Yeah, I mean,
which is kind of crazy because that's a large scope.
Yeah, it's really cool. It seems like they're kind of like really pushing towards like the AAA quality game, but they're definitely a smaller studio.
Yeah. Oh, so we got Endless Space 2 on PC, which I think is an old game.
Endless Space 2, no idea.
And then another question mark game, Mages of Mistrala on PC, and you're gonna have to guess that one. Another PC game, Reservoir Dogs: Bloody Days. So
this is weird.
It has to be based on the movie, right?
Yeah, I haven't seen this. Yeah, apparently it's
because Reservoir Dogs aren't really a thing, are they?
Reservoir Dogs came out like what, 30 years ago? No, 20 years ago.
At least 40 years ago.
20 years ago, at least. I don't know. I don't know what kind of game it is.
Anyway, there's a game on PC about it. I love this title coming up next. This is an iOS game. Old Man's Journey.
Old Man's Journey came out this week, guys. Pick it up. iOS.
Old Man's Journey. Then, talk about titles. Can you pronounce this one?
Hakuokuoku. No, Hakuouko. Kyoto wins.
Yeah.
Vita. On Vita. Obviously, if you read anything and it looks like it's just Japanese, it's probably a Vita game at this point.
Pretty much. If there are tons of colons in it, that's a nice tip, too. Speaking of which, Operation Babel, Tokyo Legacy.
Okay.
There you go. You got
Vita.
Japanese, you got colons. It's on Vita.
All right, so that's like a bunch of games that came out this week.
Those are the ones we care about.
Tell us, write into us if you're playing any of these games that like we haven't heard of. I would love to hear about what they are. Sell us on them. So write into GameStuffPodcast@gmail.com.
Definitely tell us about that one.
Yeah.
And then Skylar and Plux. I want to know. It kind of sounds like one of them's a cat. Let me know if one's a cat.
Yeah, that would be cool if one's a cat on Clover Island.
Yeah, Clover, of course. Cats
right.
love Clover. So
Well, let's do it.
It is time for
Guess the Metacritic.
And Brad's playing this week.
I'm playing this week, guys.
Meaning, don't expect many points. Also, Guy Whisk, shut up.
He's yelling at us.
Did
right
you just
now.
wake up and yell at us?
Yeah, he's meowing
Guy
at us.
Whisk.
What, bud?
That was so cute. Oh, that's so cute.
What?
Oh, his talons are out. His talons are out.
What's going on, bud? Tell us.
Hey, you can't help him, all right? Brad's
Okay.
cheating already. So
Here we go.
I highlighted the
Whiskers and
ones
I
that
are
you
playing-
gotta do.
Guess the Metacritic.
So throw your score next to those.
Okay.
First up, Fire Emblem Echoes, Shadows of Valentia. And of all of them, this is the one that you're most likely to actually know.
yeah, I mean,
because I
I've
feel like you
definitely
might have seen
seen
it.
reviews of this, but I don't know what the Metacritic is. I haven't
right,
seen the Metacritic.
So I'll give you a freebie.
Okay,
basically.
well, I'm going to guess 75.
Yeah,
Play it safe.
if you're off, then this is even worse because you've actually seen reviews.
I'm playing it safe. 75. Here we go. Number.
Did you just put that in the middle of the words?
Well,
just
Guy
now
Whiskers
it's
is definitely stepping on
F75
the keyboard here.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Next up, Portal Knights.
Portal
for
Knights.
PS4.
I just don't even know what this is. What are you doing, Guy Whiskers? He's freaking out. Portal Knights on PS4. Gosh.
I don't know what it
I
is.
feel like
either.
I'm just gonna guess in the 70s for all these games because I feel like if I haven't heard
It's
about
pretty
it, there's
safe.
no way
Yeah,
that
yeah.
it could be getting that good of a review. But that's mean. So
You're so evil.
if I haven't heard of it, of course it's not a good game.
Yeah. Check your ego, Brad.
Yeah, I'm checking it. All right, checking my ego. You know what? I'm gonna go 80 on this then.
Oh, that's so nice.
I'm gonna
of
give
you.
it an 80.
Yeah, you're not gonna get a point though.
Skylar and Plux.
Skylar and Plux, Adventure on Clover Island. We'll go with the PS4 version.
PS4 version. 60. 60.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
Mages of Mistrala.
Now this is kind of a cool name, and it's a PC game. So I'm thinking PC people probably fucking love it.
It's a cool name if you are 11.
I'm gonna go 83 on this.
Okay.
One. 83.
All right.
What's up
And
next?
then we had to throw in one just crazy name. Hakuo Kyoto wins.
Oh, the Vita game. Oh gosh.
Well, it's a Vita game, so you've already got a range.
Yeah, I've got a range. I'm gonna guess 69.
Seems somewhat intentional. All right, let me quickly go to Metacritic.
Okay. It's not gonna happen quickly.
Actually, you go to Metacritic because you have the keyboard.
Yeah, I just
Here,
also have a cat on my
let me
lap who's,
click.
like moving
There
like
we go.
crazy.
Yeah, so I didn't actually look at most of these scores, so some of them feel pretty close to me, but I'm not sure. So just go to.
This is the part that, like,
go
for
to new
future
releases.
references, you should have already written these down.
Well, the problem is then you see them potentially.
Well, I mean, you could have them on
So
your
they're
phone
all
or
right
something.
here. They're all right here.
Okay.
Portal Knights PS4. You
Well,
guessed.
that's not the first one. No, the first one was Fire Emblem Echoes: Shadow of Valentia.
All right, you guessed 75.
Which Fire
It
Emblem
was
Echoes
82.
What?
So you actually get a point for
I
that.
get a point.
Damn it.
Hell yeah.
Damn it. All right, next up, Portal Knights. You guessed 80.
80, and it's
Because
actually,
you felt bad, it was a 73.
So I get a point.
You get a point.
Yes. I did. Feel
I mean, when
bad.
you when
I
you
did
guess
feel
around
bad that I
70,
did.
you're almost bound to get a point.
Yeah, I think because most games are falling in around that level.
Yeah. Skylar and Plux, Adventure
Okay.
on Clover Island.
What-
On PS4.
PS4.
Okay.
I
You
guess
guessed
60.
60.
Oh, 56.
56.
Oh,
That was damn
so
close.
close.
Not a leaner though.
Not a leaner.
Definitely not a
Not
runner.
leading on that one. But I get a point. And I'll take it.
I'm
Because I
impressed.
think I might
That was
already be
good.
above you.
That was no.
Mages of
maybe.
Mistralia.
Yeah. So you guessed what? 83? You crazy person?
Oh, what? Did I guess 83?
I hope not.
I did guess
Damn
83.
it! You got a point. It's 73.
I got
You
a
just
point.
barely got that point. Wait, no. Did we say it's 10 or more away? That
Yeah.
-1.
No. It's within 10, you get a point. Any more than that, you don't
All
get a
right.
point.
So all right, you're on the fence. We'll say.
All right, last one. Kyoto
The
wins.
Vita game.
Kyoto wins. On Vita. What?
83.
83?
4 critics.
Oh, 4 critics. What
That's
did I
right.
guess? 69.
Yes.
Oh, I definitely
Lose a
lose
point.
Fuck.
Oh yes.
All right, so I guess I get 3 points
3 points.
for the week.
Not bad.
No, it's
Definitely
not.
better than you've done before.
Yeah,
That's
it's-
for sure.
It's not a terrible showing
No.
for that one. Let's bring up.
I will say there
the history
could be
of
improvement.
what you're.
I don't know. Where'd you put that?
Let's see. So Sean is at 3. Fuck, we're tied at 3
we're tied.
points.
Nice.
3-3.
Nice. All right. So it's a heated competition, I guess. But
Right in. Tell us how many points you guys got.
You've got another chance here.
Oh,
because
what's
I
this?
gave you a wild card.
A wild card?
A wild card can be any game from the annals of history. And guess what? The first game.
Open the tomes.
Open the annals. Jump right in. The first game I wanted to pick was not on Metacritic because it was too old. So I went with something that's a little bit, you could say, mainstream.
And out of my wheelhouse, for sure.
And slightly out of your wheelhouse, for sure.
What's a wheelhouse?
Minecraft. On PC.
Oh my god.
And also, I don't know what a wheelhouse is.
What
is it some kind of like mill?
And how
with a water wheel?
Why do you have a wheelhouse? And why is being out of your wheelhouse
Why is it bad?
Right in to
Yeah, right in, guys,
gmail.com. Tell us
if
why.
you know.
Tell us what's going on there. Wildcard, Minecraft. Oh god, on PC.
Think about it. Think hard about it.
I mean, like, when did they review it? Did they review it like
Who knows?
the 5 years it was
Like
in
when it was in
development,
alpha?
or what?
When it was shit? No, it was never shit.
God, this is tough.
I know.
I mean, I almost feel like I have to play it safe here and just go 80, because I feel like somewhere between the 70 and 90 range is gonna be safe.
You're always playing it safe.
I'm playing it safe.
Noticed.
I play safe, guys.
I've definitely noticed.
I don't go crazy.
All right,
there.
go 80.
I'm gonna go 80.
All right.
And then I guess here we go. Minecraft. What?
It's above 90.
What?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
How do you know?
That's why I chose it, because it was super surprising.
Where's
it's
it
like
at?
91 or 93.
Oh man.
93.
No, is this gonna affect my real score?
Yes.
That's bullshit, because you didn't get a wild card round last time.
I didn't need it. You were struggling.
So that puts me at -1.
No, it puts you at 2.
Yeah, I know. -1 plus 3.
Interesting way to mental that one. Mental math.
Well, I
don't know.
guess that's Guess the Metacritic for this week,
That
guys.
is Guess the Metacritic.
Wrapping it up.
That was a good one.
Yeah, so...
And that brings us to the end of the podcast.
This is the end, guys.
This is the end part. It's the best
end
time.
The end of our official episode 3 of Game Stuff.
So official.
Dude, it's
I think
so
that was the
official.
most official we've done.
Honestly, I feel like this is like us being more official than we've ever been in our entire life.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I wanted to be way less official, but I didn't get to be.
Well, you started out saying it's official. You painted us into this corner.
Shit, like, made
Now we
us
can't
get
leave.
more official.
Out of our
All right,
wheelhouse.
guys, next podcast is going to be fucking Off the Wheelhouse.
Off the wheelhouse.
Off the Wheelhouse. So anyways, guys, thanks for joining us this week. It was really fun. We had a great time. Hope you guys did too.
Yeah, not yet though, because we haven't published it.
Yeah, we haven't published yet, but
So
we're
a
publishing
future
soon.
great time. Future great time.
So if you could go to iTunes and review us, that would be super cool.
That would be the best.
Write into us. Give us questions for
Yeah,
reader
right
mail.
in. We want to know things.
Yeah, we just want
We
to
don't
know
know
about.
much.
We want to know something about you.
Anything about you.
Write into us. Give us one thing about yourself. No, here's the
We'll
big
read
thing.
the most
now,
interesting.
If you're one of the first like new listeners to this podcast, we know this shit's gonna blow up. It's gonna blow up big time.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna fucking,
We're banking on it.
Yeah, it's
We
gonna.
quit our jobs,
Yeah.
right?
What?
Oh, oops.
So if you're one of the first 10 people to review us on iTunes, I, Brad Sider, will personally pay for the game of your choice, retail game of your choice. None of this fucking collector's edition bullshit.
Well,
but a $60 game.
But it's not retail.
Well,
It doesn't have to be retail.
Yeah, no,
it's $60.
Yeah.
Retail doesn't matter.
Okay, whatever.
In
I
fact,
will buy you,
it's probably going to be digital.
I will buy. No, it'll be a digital copy of the game because I'm going to email it to you because I don't know where you live. Unless
Emailing
you tell
games.
Me.
Can you believe that?
That's so cool.
We can email a game now.
So if you're one of the first 10 people to review us on iTunes, I will randomly select one of you to send you a digital copy of the game of your choice. Now, guess what? If you don't get that 1 in 10 prize, there's another fucking prize.
Oh yeah. Don't tell them what it is yet though.
Okay.
Let them think about it. Let them simmer for a
Okay,
week.
think about what the prize is. Guess what? It's another fucking game.
God
One
damn it,
in
Brad.
100 out of
They
the first
never would've
100
guessed.
iTunes reviews. I don't even know if we'll ever get 100 iTunes reviews, but I'm gonna just throw it up there. Once we get to 100, one out of those 100 who wasn't also the guy who was 1 in 10. Sorry, you're not getting.
Well, you know what?
double
If
fucking
we're
prizes.
actually doing it randomly, maybe we should throw that guy back in.
Should we throw him back
Yeah,
in?
if he gets 2, that's just like getting struck by lightning twice.
Okay, it could be. But anyways, 1 in 100. We'll decide upon that later. 1 in 100 reviews, because it's probably going to take a while to get there. 1 in 100 iTunes reviews will get a digital copy of the game of your choice. I will talk to you and we will figure it out. So, be a part of the feedback. Write in, review us, have fun, hang out, do whatever you do. Keep doing stuff, keep playing games, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time.
Bye.
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 Me last. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. It's me.